One of the first things we're going to do is a wet cloth down on the bench under the chopping board, and that'll stop the chopping board from sliding around. But the thing to remember when chopping vegetables is to hold your hand like a claw, with the fingers like a claw, with the knife up against the fingers like that, with your fingers well out of the way of the blade. You can move your fingers back down the vegetable as you're cutting it, right, therefore your fingers aren't going to get trapped underneath there like that. And the other thing, sharp knife. More kitchen accidents happen with a blunt knife than they do with a sharp knife. One of the things when cutting bacon is it's quite slippery and slimy from all the fat that's in there. So again, we want to be careful that the bacon doesn't slide around underneath the knife. So again, hold the bacon firmly. Again, we don't want our fingers out flat like that. You want them curled back a little bit out of the way of that knife. So for this dish, arroz con pollo with chicken with rice, we've got some onions and some garlic and some bacon, and now I'm going to add a little bit of green capsicum to it. You can also add green chili if you want. And for the capsicum, just cut it around like that. And the easiest way is just to peel it back from that core, rather than trying to get the knife in and cut out the center. Just throw that away. And then we want to remove these rib pieces through here. So again, with the knife, keeping the fingers up and out of the way of the knife, cut those pieces off, throw them away. So when cutting things into a dice, you hold them together, the fingers around everything, so it's all clutched in that little claw that you've made, and you're guiding the cut with your fingers by moving it back as to how deep you want that cut, right? So just keep your fingers again behind that knife and you'll get a nice dice. Okay, so now we've got our little chicken nibbles right here, the onions and garlic, green capsicums, the bacon, and we're going to add some rice, long grain rice, some chickpeas and some chopped tomatoes, and we're going to finish it with coriander. Very, very simple. After handling chicken, always give your hands a really good wash with some soap and just some warm running water so get a good lather up. So once the pan's nice and hot and we've got this on a reasonably high heat, we're going to add some oil to the bottom. Olive oil's fine, vegetable oil, doesn't really matter. Just a little bit just to help get the bacon going. We're going to add the bacon. We're going to let the bacon sit for a few minutes before moving it around the pan, just to sort of get it sealed. And then we're going to stir it, and we take a hold of the frying pan handle, and you always stir away from you. Never stir towards you, otherwise you'll burn yourself. Stirring away and maybe shaking the pan at the same time. So now I'm going to add the chicken pieces, they go in there. We'll just move the bacon to one side to make some space in the frying pan. We're going to leave that to sit for a few minutes, again just to get some nice colour into those chicken wings. We're getting some good colour into this chicken now. But what's also starting to happen is the fat from the bacon is starting to spit out of the frying pan. So if you get any on the floor, you need to clean it up. Don't slip and slide around. Get a cloth and mop it up. Also, if you get any fat burns on your skin, on your arms, on your hands, straight away, under cold running water, as much as you can. Get it on. If it blisters, don't pop it, don't wipe it away. Just rinse for a good couple of minutes so it's nice and cold. Okay, now that's cooking away, we're going to add the onions and the garlic. Just leave it to sit for a few minutes. Give the pan a gentle shake. Put your tongs in and just move things around the pan carefully like that, right? We don't want to aggressively shake the frying pan here, right? We're being nice and gentle with it, right? Stirring things around, moving the pan at the same time, and a good firm hold on that handle. So after you've finished moving things around in the frying pan like that, it's a good idea just to take a hold of that handle and just to tuck it away slightly so it's not hanging over the front of the stove like that, so you're not likely to bang it if you're walking past. Just tuck it off to one side. Just going to season that with a little bit of salt and a few turns of the pepper mill. Those onions are starting to colour up nicely now. We just want those a lovely sort of golden brown. We don't want to get too much colour into them, otherwise they'll become a little bit bitter. And of course, if you're feeling a little bit confident, a little bit chefy, give it a little toss around like that. So we're going to add the capsicum, about a cup of rice, and again we're just going to toss that around, stir it all together. We're going to add a can of chickpeas, which I've drained. We also want the liquid from the chickpeas. We need about 2 cups of liquid, so that's about 1/4 cup. So we'll add another cup and a bit of water and a can of chopped tomatoes. Very carefully, we're going to stir all of this together. Right, so just gently mixing it in, folding things around the pan, not shaking the pan, holding the pan, nice firm grip on that pan. Right, so the pan's not going to move anywhere. And now that we've got everything in there, we're going to let that simmer for about 20-25 minutes. So we're going to give it a little stir here just to move things around. Now, when we do that, there's a few things in the kitchen hotter than boiling tomatoes. But also, we might get splashed by some of this boiling liquid here. Also, we might get a steam burn from the steam that's coming off it as well. If that happens, don't wipe your hands straight away, because if you do so, you can remove the skin off the top that might be there to form a blister. Instead, straight away under cold running water. This actually isn't so much as simmering, it's boiling away quite viciously. So remember, you control the heat, it doesn't control you. So if it's boiling away too aggressively, turn the heat down and get it down to that nice gentle simmer that you really want these things to be cooking at. Chicken's finished. Now we're just going to add some chopped coriander, leaves and stalks, doesn't matter. You can do stalks only. If you've got some stalks sitting in the freezer that's left over, just chop it all up, nice and fine. And gently stir that in. So there we have it, my chicken and rice dish. No burns, no scratches, no wounds to speak of. Happy cooking is safe cooking. Always blowing the food.